That's very important. The way you swing the club on one leg will help you understand that you don't want to be focusing on weight shift. You don't want to be thrusting off the backside to shift your weight in the downswing. Weight shift happens all by itself as a result of a good swing, okay? So if somebody's saying you're shifting your weight, it's like me saying, hey, your shoes are white. It's just an obvious thing, okay? So to prove this and to demonstrate this, I do this with my students all the time. I do a lot of training with them on one leg, okay? So if I were to set up on my left leg and I were to swing the club back and through without stopping, the only way I can stay in balance, you notice how my right hip gets out of the way going back and follows on the way through. You notice how everything revolves around the inside of my left hip, left knee, left ankle. Everything just flows around that center of gravity right here. That center of pressure is on the inside of my left side. So you notice how the hips, shoulders, knees, and even that left foot rolling in just a tad. Everything flows together. Notice how now, because I'm on one leg, the bottoming out of the club is always in the same spot. Now, I ask my students quite often, how far do you think I could hit the ball? Like I've got my 5-iron, it's my 195 club. How far do you think I could hit the ball with one leg? And many of them, you know, they say 2/3, half, whatever. Well, in actual fact, off a flat lie, I can hit the ball just every bit as far, maybe just a tad longer, because I've got the tightest radius in my swing possible. So it's like a washing machine in a perfect spin cycle. The inertia flattens the clothing, water gets sucked out of the clothing. If the center of the machine starts getting yanked around, then you've got a tremendous diminishment of speed, okay? So when I have inertia, I have a lot more stretch or taut in the arms. So my arms get stretched out away from the center of my body. And then what happens is that there's torque that builds up through the arms, the shaft of the club, and the club face, so that when the club meets the ball, not only is it meeting the ball with a lot of speed, it's meeting the ball with a lot of compression. So the ball is really jumping off that club face. If I'm shifting a lot of weight back and through, now I've really diminished the efficiency of my swing. And what happens is that there's no anchor to deploy my arms through that golf ball, okay? So it's very important to be braced through impact. So the positives, and I haven't really found a negative in this particular drill. The positives are this. Through impact, you want to feel like everything is braced on the inside of that left leg. So we know that we need to strike the ball solidly off a solid post. All the teachers agree on that. So if I just stay on my post back and through, I can really, really wallop the golf ball. Wow. So here I am about 195 from the green, and I just flew the green, okay? So next, if we look at from behind here, how you set up this trailing leg to do this properly. You want to feel very solid through the left hip, left knee, and left ankle, and make sure that you're not collapsed into that left side. We gotta get the pelvis up and stacked, and you'll feel how this right leg is just hanging there from your hip joint. So the right foot is hanging on the inside of the tiptoes. No cheating. Don't put the toes or the ball of the foot flat on the ground. Right on the inside of those tiptoes here. That right foot position is going to help point the right hip in the proper direction. So it really is an oily, relaxed swivel of that butt. So the butt swivels towards the target, and the right side just opens up like a big barn door. Then on the way through, well, I can't thrust off my right side. I'm just using momentum and that range of motion to effortlessly whip that club through impact. So it's open that door, whip it through, and you notice how the right side's just following through. That's all it can do. It's just getting out of the way and then it's following. So there's no resistance from the right side in either direction. So from the front side, really important stuff. You're staying stacked. See how my legs are wide? I'm not collapsed against my left side. I am braced on the inner portion of my left side. So you still have your tilt here, very important. My head is inside my right ankle, my left ankle right here. So now when I swing back and through, look how naturally that weight stays on the inside of my left foot. So from here, as the butt turns, the domino effect, that right leg will feel like it's straightening a little. You'll feel that left knee rotate inward, right inside that left ankle a little. Don't go to the point where you feel strain. It's just a nice relaxed rotation of that left femur. So the top of the femur is actually going this way. The left hip is actually moving toward the target. So the left knee can move inside. So you can see the rotation right here in my left leg. I don't want to be doing this. If you feel pressure through the right quad and the right toes, you're doing it wrong. Right here, there's never any pressure that goes to my right side during this at all. So if you can swing the club back and through without stopping, okay, there you go. You know, just fantasize your Elvis Presley for a few moments. That's exactly how it feels right here. It's very relaxed. So start from the wedge, go up through your clubs all the way up to the driver. You won't believe how you can hit the driver on one leg. And many of my students to this day say, you know, I still play better on one leg. The only problem is if I'm going uphill or I've got hilly situations, the one-legged shot will only do about half of those, okay? Maybe a little bit more than half. So, have any questions, let me know. In the meantime, enjoy.